I'm going to show you how to get your Rokoko mocap animation onto your character by using Maya and using Mixamo for rigging. I got this character from Sketchfab, which I'm going to show you right now. Where are you? Here it is. I got this model. And it comes with a musket, a sword, and the holder for the sword. I'm going to download it, and you're going to use FBX. And let me just go down here, go to my downloads, and lower this right here. There we go. All right, close it down, and then open up Maya here, create a new scene, and open up here, bring this in. I'm just gonna drag it in. And the reason why I'm doing this here is that, so I'm gonna make sure my character is set up to real scale. And here you can see that my character is 170 centimeters. The reason how I know that is that I've set up my scene as each of this here is 1,000 centimeters, and each of these red squares are 100, and each of these tiny squares here is 10 centimeters. And the way I know this is that if I go into my preferences and to settings here, you can see it says centimeters. So you could set up to inches here. If I do that, I can set that, type in 12 here and make an inch. So each of the smaller squares would be 12 inches equal to a foot. But I'm going to stick to centimeters. And also here now is that when I want to rig this, I don't want these other items in the scenes when I upload to Mixamo. It won't work. So I'm just going to delete these. So I'm going to export my model to my desktop. I can just call it TPose Navy. And then I'm going to go into Mixamo and upload this and rig this. Okay, upload your character. Select your character here, like that. Okay, so another thing here, which I forgot to mention, is that if you go back to Maya here, you want your character to be facing down the Z direction. So if you look at my gizmo here, that you want this character to be facing down this way. And if you don't do that, this character might be facing the other way. And best way I always advise, just go back to Maya and then make sure he's facing down the Z direction. So I'm going to hit next here. And all you have to do is just drag these things here. This is the chin here, and just drag it to the object here where it fits. And for the wrist here is that try to get this most precise closest to the hand. If you don't get that, you get this kind of a wobbly effect for the wrist. We'll do the here as well. The elbow. Sorry, that was the knees. I kind of went wrong there. I was thinking ahead. Elbows. Grab your knees here, grab them here, so then groin here. And then another thing here, which if you look down here, since Rokoko, you can do fingers. Make sure that's set to 65. And when you are downloading your character, which is really important here, which I've noticed a couple of times, is that you go into your character here, you want to make sure that the fingers are pretty spread apart far. This one is really spread apart far. If the fingers are way too close to each other, you can get this kind of like a baby clamp effect, which Mixamo will automatically do the 2-chain or the 3-chain link doing that, and you get this kind of clamping. You know how a baby grabs something, then don't use the fingers, use all the fingers to grab it. So do that. So you just leave it like that, and then you just hit next. Let it go. Okay, there we go. And then here we see, you can see that I always look at the fingers, see how the finger's going to look like. That looks pretty good. And then you look at your knees and arms and wrists to see if they kind of match up with the joints here. So this one is good. So I'm just going to hit download. And then hit here, download. And then when you want to make sure that is in TPose. Click here. It's waiting for download here. All right, and then I'm just gonna take this and then grab it to my desktop here, and I'm going to replace it. There we go. And now I want to bring this into Maya. Hit new here, and we are going to use the human IKEA to make sure that the hair definition is named correctly. So it doesn't matter which order you bring it in, how you want to set up your character here. So I'm going to hit X right here. And to get this window here, if you don't see it here on the side, the human IKEA, it is in the Windows animation and right here. Otherwise, you might see a tab on the side here. So when you do this, you want to make sure you hit the first one here, the hips. It might be occasion if you get the rig somewhere else, it might say root here, but make sure that you choose the hips first, which is actually this bone right here. And then here on the human IKEA here, you just want to hit create character definition. So in here, we're going to grab this, and then you could just go in here, right click and hit assign. Another way here you can do here is you can double click this this joint inside of here. This is the spine one, and you just kind of just hit this like here, so you can see that work as well. What I like to do here is I want to hide my mesh here so I can only see my bones in here. And then I'm going to double click here. Double click here for the forearm. Double click here for the hand. And then I'm going into the hand by just clicking this little arrow here. And what I like to do here is that I like to do these fingers first and do my thumb later. Something which I probably should do first is, which I should have done before I started this, is that the Mixamo character's thumb is actually lined up just like these top fingers here. So what I want to do here is just kind of do my best effort to bring this up like this. And then also, which I realized, that each of these bones right here have you see here on the left side here, the bottom here, it has a keyframe. What I probably should have done before I started here is that I should just delete that. So what I need to do here, I need to select all my bones. You can see every bone has a keyframe in it. To get rid of all of them at the same time is just grab the hip bone here, top here, the root bone, and then go into select argosy, and then you can just kind of double click and then hit cut. So now you can see that none of the bones have a keyframe in it. So now I can go back and move this here. Move it up here. Something like that. Move it in. Here, I'm going to do the same thing on the some over here. Up. Okay, let's go back in here. There we go. Like that. All right. As I said here, what I like to do first here is that I like to turn my grid up, easier to see there. I like to do these fingers first, and then I do my thumb later. And the reason why I like to do that is that the Rokoko thumb has less bones in it, and also it helps to detect if you rig the fingers wrongly, you will get this weird mesh effect, and all these fingers kind of match up here. So I'm going to grab this fingers first here. Grab select this here. Then I'm going to select here, right click, assign. Then grab this. Just kind of move up here. You have to grab the fingers from the bottom and move up. If I start from here, for example, it'll give me really error. Like that won't work. So start from the bottom here, the finger, move up. And also what's happening here is that my parallel here is set. So if I go into my other hand here, you can see that it is doing parallel, selecting here. So back into my left hand. Oops. Left hand, and then I'm going to this finger, select, like this. And I'm going to select this. I'm going to move on up here. The key thing is that try to have all of them matching up similar to your other skeletons. And the key here was doing here is just kind of naming each bone with similar name as the other bones of the mocap animation. And that's the same thing if you're using Unreal you want the Unreal names. Okay, then move out here, and now I'm going to grab the head here, and then right click here, sign. Then I'm going to double click here, like, and then click. Then here, one difference here with this Mixamo character is that he has a ball foot here, and Rokoko only has a foot here. So I'm going to grab here. You can, if you want to, double click here and make this. It still will work. And then of course you can do the same thing here with the spines here. Select the bottom spine here and choose this spine. And select, double click this spine and do it there. And you're going to do the same thing for the shoulders. Click here and grab the shoulder there. So now you can see it's green. And we're going to name this to Mixamo, or whatever you want to name the character. And now I'm going to hide this here. So hit Control H, and I'm going to bring in the mocap that we did in Rokoko. Use this one, and now you do the same thing, and then I'm going to hit this plus sign to get it, and then grab here your root and assign here. So mocap. Now I do exactly the same thing. So I'm going to grab my spine here. Here, grab that, and then right click assign, or double click. double click here. Either way, whatever you prefer to do. Here, I go to my hand. Now here you can see that it has, the thumb has less fingers. So I'm just going to do these fingers first. So I'm going to grab this finger here. Same thing. Up. Good thing is that once you have done this, you can actually save this skeleton selection, and you could just open up a selection and apply it, which is nice. How to do that. Done. Hopefully this works. Sometimes the fingers the one is always the hardest to do, because if you select the wrong finger, you'll get weird, stretchy effect of mesh flowing everywhere. And that's why I always do my thumb last, because these fingers tend to be most consistent, most have animation there. Do that. So now let's go here and do the rest of it. Grab the head, right click, sign, double click, double click. And here you can see that the foot doesn't have a ball toe here, so we can just double click here. Then you can see it turned green when I did that. Did I do my? Nope. This is not required. Still will work. We rig it up here. So this one here, this one here. You can see that Rokoko has an extra spine. Do that, and then we can do the. So now this is ready to make sure that it's picked up here. So we're gonna hit H here, and then the character, whatever you named your character. The source here is your mocap. Just see that the fingers are working. Everything's working fine. Okay. All right, so now we're going to go back and do the thumb here, which I was going to do, which I always like to do last here. So I'm going to go back here. I hit to change the color background. I hit Alt B here, and then I'm going to hide my my character here. Hide this, and then I'm going to bring back my Mixamo here, and the definition here. I'm going to unlock it, and I'm going to zoom in here to my hand. And then here, I'm going to look here, make sure I'm in Mixamo hand. Then I'm going to choose this thumb, right click, assign. Then this point here, hit assign. Then do this here, assign. Go back in here, hit Control H and Shift H to bring it back. And then go to Mocap, and then do the same thing. Grab this thumb, sign, and I'm always do this because it tends to be the most here, and then grab this, and here, and then now go back in here, character again, make sure. Oh, mocap. bring back here. Working? No. You see your thumb here is not working. All right. So as I said before here, what you could do here is that you could select your the template here. So this is the Control Shift H. This is your Mixamo here. And while you select that, you could save this and then name it whatever you want. And then when you bring up your character here to the or your skeleton, you select this and then you hit save. And then when I apply it, all you have to do is that make sure you select your root bone, and then you select your folder here. Oops, it has to be unlocked here, which is before you do this, make sure you it's unlocked and then do it. Then here you can see all of the ones that I have named in the past here now. So, well, thank you for watching this video about how to get your Rokoko animation onto your character by using Maya and then using Mixamo to rig your character. All right, take care. Thank you. Hit subscribe and hit the like button. Bye-bye.